For today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
Hello and welcome to another knockoff news video. We have 3 bits of news for you today, so I will go from the least exciting to, let's be honest, the most exciting. So the least exciting of the 3 is new images of the Studio Series Optimus Primal KO. And the only reason why this is the least exciting is because we've already seen things of this figure, a few images, but we do have a couple images here. You can see it does weigh that much. I have absolutely no idea what that is measured in, but whatever. Here you can see Optimus Primal standing up in his ape mode, and if you are unaware, if you're unaware of what this is, it is a slightly upscaled knockoff of the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Primal, and it is about eye to eye with the MHZ Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beasts. And this thing was, the images were revealed a while ago, but yeah, this thing looks pretty cool. I'm glad that the eyes have been painted, because if you remember the last image that I showed off, I'll see if I can find it, but the eyes weren't painted, which is really strange, because in that image I remember his entire face was silver, but if you look at this image, his nose area is black, which I don't understand. I don't know what it is with the images of this figure and the different prototypes and stuff, but the different paint apps is really strange. Here is an image from the top, not really anything to see. Unfortunately, the feet from the robot mode are still dangling off the back of the ape mode, which, I don't know, man. The Voyager for Rise of the Beast, the main line, was able to fix the feet, but the Studio Series Leader class isn't able to do it. And then for the final image, here he is in his robot mode alongside the ape mode version of him. So obviously this person does have 2, and yeah, I mean, it looks pretty much the same as the Studio Series version. It's just that obviously he's missing the Maximal logo. Am I the only one that loves saying Maximal? The Maximals, it just sounds so cool. But yeah, I don't know why the face isn't fully painted for the ape mode, but I don't know, we will wait and see for more images to be revealed of this guy. But that is not it for Optimus Primal yet. This figure maybe, but the character, oh no. Here, my friends, we have a knockoff of the Takara Tomy Ultimate Optimus Primal. And of course, you probably know what this is. It is not the Studio Series version. It was like the Takara unofficial leader class Optimus Primal for Rise of the Beast. Essentially an old school leader class figure, which really we have been needing in 2024. Well, this was 2023, but yeah, leader class nowadays is just an absolute joke. It is terrible. I mean, the concept art Megatron for the Studio Series, I don't know why people are obsessing over that thing. They only like the robot mode. The alt modes are shit. The fan-made ones are decent. Actually, a decent amount that are pretty good. But yeah, the figure by itself is just bad. I'm sorry. It looks fantastic. I won't deny that. It looks fantastic. But really, for that price, you get such a small figure that is so skinny. He should have been towering over Rise of the Beast Prime. Except he's like the same height or just taller. It's not good enough. But this guy, I'm glad that there is a KO of him, because to be honest with you, this thing looks better. I really can't lie. I think that this is better than the Studio Series version. Now, yes, the Studio Series version is more detailed, but this thing is just more fun. Here he is with all his weapons deployed. Now, I do not know the company that made this thing, unfortunately, but I mean, they've done a good enough job, at least from, the visuals. I really, again, apart from the Maxima logo, I don't really know anything else that would have improved this guy. I mean, the robot mode is just beautiful, and to be honest with you, if you have the choice between this and the Studio Series version, it, like, for scale, I guess the Studio Series one, but I don't know, the Studio Series version is just, it's too small for me. I don't care if it's in scale, it's too small. It's a Voyager class. It's smaller than a Voyager class. And while it has the detail, don't get me wrong, especially in the face, it is not worth that price. This thing is basically the same price, is like twice the size, and is fun. So I would actually recommend this version. Moving on to the ape mode, this is another thing it does better than the SS, and that is that it looks so much better when he is on all fours. It looks amazing. Here he is. Obviously, the person had to kind of, had to censor their surroundings. But yeah, it just looks so big and chunky and fun. It's gonna be like the old leader classes, which is just really good because I know that Takara official one is so hard for people to find, for a good price at least. But yeah, I'm glad that more knockoffs are being released for this guy. And the final image is obviously him in ape mode with his cannons deployed. And, again, while I was talking about the Studio Series having the detail, look at how good the detail is for this figure. And now on to the final bit of news, which is on a figure that I was hating on, but now that it has a KO, I am very happy. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have a knockoff of the Studio Series 109 concept art leader class Bumblebee movie Megatron. Yes, the figure that was just released like 2 months ago. And here is its KO. I knew it. I literally said it. I said by the time half the year is done, like by June, we will have a knockoff of this figure. And the thing is, right, I have a video that I haven't edited yet, and it's like 25 minutes. It's me going through all the figures that I think Byway should do, which, if you guys really want to see that, then please let me know, because otherwise I will just delete it. But yeah, if you want to see that video, please let me know. But yeah, it was basically just me saying like all the figures from the Studio Series line that Byway should do. And the Megatron was one that I did mention. Obviously, as I've said, this figure is way too little for the price you pay for it. And that's just the retail United States price. The online prices are ridiculous. So yeah, this is a knockoff that is actually needed. Obviously, the the chest is very empty without the Decepticon logo, but call me crazy, is that head sculpt different to you? It looks a bit wider than the official version, but yeah, I don't know, it looks more Megatron to me, probably because it looks more like the live action version. But you can't deny this thing looks fantastic. It is, again, apart from the Decepticon logo, it is basically 1:1 with the Studio Series figure. Unfortunately, it is the same size as the official version, which sucks. I was hoping that they would make this, slightly bigger, but no, unfortunately, it is just a 1:1, knockoff, which does suck. I did wish that it was slightly bigger. And that's what she said. He is with his cannon. I wish they had included more accessories with this guy, because that's what they did with Primal. They were like, you know what? He's a Voyager-sized figure. He's puny. So let's just chuck in a bunch of accessories. They really did just throw in everything. And it's a shame that they didn't do it with Megatron, because I think that it really would have benefited. Although, to be honest with you, I don't know what they could have thrown in. Here he is in his pretty crappy tank mode. Yeah. These are all the images that we have so far, just one of this and of the jet mode. But I assume that since this is the same figure, you can do all of the fan modes, you know, like the gun and everything like that. And here is the jet mode. So, please let me know which of these three things were you most excited about, but which one do you think looks the best? To be honest with you, my taste in KOs has been kind of destroyed a little bit because a bit of my heart was destroyed the other day. I was, if you know what I'm talking about, the leader class sized knockoff of the Studio Series Tarn. Studio Series, the Legacy Tarn. That was my favorite figure I owned, and I'm glad I reviewed him. But the joints, I said it in that video, I said the joints are unbelievably tight on that guy. And I thought that if he was going to break, it would be due to that the plastic on the outside would crack. Do you know what happened? If you didn't watch my short, basically what happened, I literally just moved his arm upwards. I moved his arm upwards and it just fell off. It was so tight, the joint broke. And I'm heartbroken because that was my favorite figure. I loved him. You know, I feel like Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. You're my brother, Anakin. I loved you. But yeah, that's just, oh my god, I'm so sad. I love that thing, and you know, usually if a figure breaks, I can like look past it because usually it's like a part that falls off or something. Here, it's his whole arm. So yeah, I don't know. Editing Chavez here. Yes, I'm recording this in the car, which is why it sounds weird. There have been a few newer images of this Megatron since I recorded that last bit. Here you see him in the packaging, and you know, for some reason they put the cannon on the left arm. Don't know why, but yeah, they did that. The box is pretty interesting. I still don't know the company that made this thing, but yeah, Dauntless Fighter, I think that says, or Writer, or something like that. Fighter, yeah. Is it just me, or does his hand look bigger than the original? It could be, but one thing that I did hear from someone who had this thing is that the transformation is basically, well, it is exactly the same as the original. The eyes are slightly worse, they said, which is interesting. The plastic is more, I wouldn't say flexible, but not as thick as the official version. But yeah, but then they said like there's nothing wrong with it, so fuck them, I guess. It looks good. Here's a shot from the back. You can see very reminiscent of the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime. Here's another image of the tank mode and another image of the jet mode. I don't know, man. I can't really see the eyes very well, but overall I prefer this head sculpt to the official version. So back to you, Path Chavez. The news just doesn't stop, does it, for fuck's sake, man? Oh my god. I have like re-edited this video, or well, tried uploading it like 5 times, but I can't because every time I want to, something new gets released. And realistically, I could just split it into 2 videos, which would be smarter, but hey ho, what you gonna do? So here we have a new product which has just been revealed, and that is the Lucky Cat, I believe they're called, Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. And you would be forgiven for thinking that this is a 3-0 figure. This thing looks fantastic. Look at the amount of detail on this guy. On the front, it's good, but on the back, holy shit. It's literally like the 3-0 figure. It is so good. Here we have like a byway styled image of the figure and of course all his accessories. We only get one cannon, which is, you know, while it is annoying, obviously it is logical because I don't remember seeing Prime wielding 2 blasters at the same time in Rise of the Beasts. He comes with the Energon Axe and 1 Energon Blade, which is disappointing, but again, I don't remember seeing him with both. We get the rifle from the Bumblebee movie. We get a Matrix, which is really interesting. And I have no clue as to what those are. But then we get to the truck mode. I know it looks good from this angle. And, fair enough. It does look fantastic. But then you get to the back. And yes, obviously it is not that bad, especially after we saw the official Studio Series Optimus Prime and how terrible that looked. But this, I just think it's too chunky. It doesn't look coherent with the rest of the truck. There's too many pieces there. It didn't transform enough, which I'm really surprised with, considering that the Byway version, the Byway Studio Series knockoff was $30, and they were able to get that truck looking basically flawless. Yes, with parts forming, but even without parts forming, it looks really good. So I don't know what it is recently with these companies and how mainly Hasbro that just can't get the back of the trucks right. I don't know why, and this is mainly targeted towards Hasbro. And I think I did do a video on this, to be honest with you, about me just endlessly complaining about the trucks, like Galvatron, Scourge, all of the Studio Series Optimus Primes, except for the Bumblebee movie version. The trucks from the front look good, but the backs are just terrible. Galvatron is arguably the best out of all of them. But that is not all the news that has dropped since, putting this video together for the fifth damn time. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the oversized knockoff of not the Masterpiece, not the regular Masterpiece figure, of the Black Apple Optimus Prime. This has got to be one of the coolest looking figures I have ever seen in my life. It is amazing. The swords, I love that they are not red, because I don't think I've ever seen a Nemesis Prime that has purple swords, and the paintwork is just phenomenal. I absolutely adore this look. As of recording this, I'm not adding in more footage. I can't. As of right now, I only have 3 images of this guy. None of the vehicle mode, which is unfortunate. But there is this pose. Obviously, this is the, he is not alone pose from Rise of the Beasts. You can see he does come with the Ion Blaster. Of course, he has to. He'll probably come with 2. I don't really know what else he'll come with. Maybe the Matrix? Then, of course, we have a back shot. And to be honest with you, that Black Apple figure, I think it's called Thunder Leader, that is, in my opinion, probably the best Bayverse Optimus Prime as of right now. But of course, this figure is kind of obsolete, if I'm being completely honest with you, because of course, I did a video on it, but there is this new, Bayverse Optimus Prime that's coming out. I forgot who it's by. It's not New Age. I forgot, but basically, it is literally flawless. You think this robot mode looks good. That thing is perfect. So yeah, hopefully that is the last bit of news I have to cram into this already long-ass video. So, finally. But yeah, please let me know which of these things did you think looked the best. The Studio Series Primal, the Ultimate Optimus Primal, or the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Megatron. So, yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and goodbye.